Ali here at MindWaveMeditation.com, and today we're going to talk about how to actually get to sleep. Do you lie in bed thinking about all of the different things you can possibly think of and wonder how people get to sleep at night and what you can do about it? Do you want to carry on living your life going, yeah, it's the way it is, I just can't sleep at night, yeah, I have insomnia, it's just the way it goes? It's not the way it goes. It's the way you're making it go, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. So I'm going to give you my top 10 tips on how to finally get some sleep. I learnt the hard way, years and years of saying all of the above. Oh, I can't sleep, this is the way I am. And then I tried these things and they work, and now I don't need half of them, but I use some of them still because they're fun and they're nice and they make me feel good. So I'm going to share with you if you stick with me on this video. Oh, I'm going. Are you with me? I'll see you on the other side. So I'm walking down my steps and I find a little tape at the bottom. You see that? Overcoming insomnia. And I'm not gonna lie, I have been watching Stranger Things and I thought I'd been blasted into the upside down in the 80s and there was just tapes again. But it did remind me that I used to not be able to sleep for years. And it's funny that when you get over anxiety, depression, or anything really, quickly take it for granted and it's like it never happened. And when you're suffering all these things, that's all you can imagine. Like, can you imagine what it'd be like if I could sleep, or if I wasn't anxious or depressed? And then when you break through, it's just like it never happened and you just take it for granted, and that's just how you go. So I took a moment and thought, oh yeah, okay, I've got some tips here I can share with you. So for years I tried all these things over a long period of time, and now I don't need them and I just do them for fun. So I'm going to tell you my big top 10 and hope that you will try some too, and then when you enjoy them, will you let me know down below and tell me what you think and what works for you, and any other tips that are working, something that you can share. And again, I don't know who I'm talking to. It's always a little bit difficult to talk to the whole crowd. So let me know who you are, where you're from, what you do, what works for you. If you like the video, like it, share it if you want to be a total legend, and if you want to be super cool, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, wherever it is. So here we go. This is how to actually get to sleep. All right, so if you have problems trying to get to sleep, just try these things. Try them all. What have you got to lose? There's 10 things on this list. You could try 5. You could try 1 a week. However it works, just do them. Why not? Sleeping is a massive part of health and healing and well-being. It's one of the hardest things I had to learn on my journey, which is still going, obviously, but it's the one that I just didn't really feel was important. I don't know if you're an artist or you're artistic or creative, it's difficult for us folk, because the early hours, the late nights, the mystical hours are when you can really get stuff done. But generally, so you don't burn out, sleep is bit of a must. Tip number 1, no caffeine after 4 o'clock. If you can't sleep, think about your body, think about your nervous system, think about your adrenaline. Coffee, sugar, caffeine, alcohol, all of these things whizzing through your system. It's like this. It's whizzing through your system. And some people can drink coffee and go to sleep. Those people, I don't know how you'd do it, but I can't do it. If I have a coffee earlier in the day, I'm okay. If I have one or anything else that's stimulating later on in the day, it's like it stays in me and it's just like keeps me alert. So if you're like me, get to know yourself, get to know what you can have, what does work for you, what doesn't work for you, and just start eliminating things. Oh, I know, the coffee keeps me awake. I'm gonna eliminate the coffee and then see if I sleep. It's a game of process of elimination. It's about getting rid of rather than doing more. So let's delete all the fizzy stuff from the system and see if that in itself works for you. Are you a coffee fiend? Do you have like more than a few cups a day? Are you in that place where, you know, your tolerance just goes and you need like a good few? Maybe bring it down to 3, maybe bring it down to 1 or 2, like, you know, just sort of cut back on the stuff, the stimulant, and see if you sleep better. Tip number 2, legs up a wall. It sounds so simple, but it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's a yoga pose called Viparita Karani or something like that. And it's one of the best, absolutely. It's a really restorative pose. All you do is approach a wall. I don't know why I said it like that. Approach the wall and put your legs up the wall, so it's kind of like that in an L shape. Here are your legs and your body's here. You can put your arms in like a cactus position or on your heart. You can just breathe. You can listen to this YouTube channel or anything else that you like, some music, or just tap out and breathe. It's your time just to chill the body, bring yourself into this restorative, parasympathetic healing mode where you're tuning out, and also the blood flow is going to come down. It's good for varicose veins. It's good for alleviating mild depression, anxiety, and a number of things. Look it up. It's really, really great. Legs up a wall, 10 minutes a night, along with your lack of coffee, and see how that starts to change the mind thoughts. Tip number 3 is prepping and planning for the next day. Someone told me this a few years ago and it completely changed my whole way of being. When we go to sleep at night, we generally, if we've got something big the next day, we start thinking about it. So that's a little wormhole right there. Game over. If you start thinking about what you've got to do tomorrow, we'll get to that, but it's game over. So do yourself a favor, and whatever you've got to do, whether it's pack a bag or make something or organize something, or even even do a to-do list or whatever, get it done. Get it done before your dinner or straight after dinner or whatever. So you free up space up here. So when you actually go to bed, you've got less stuff to start thinking about, because naturally it's the time of day that you start to think about all the things, you know, you start to really go all over the place, and you're busy throughout the day, so you don't really get into that stuff. So do yourself a favor and just prep and plan, because there's some magic in that as well. When you get that done and dusted, the next day it's done in your mind, so then you can just think about the act of sleeping and not have your conscious mind going, I don't know what that song was. That's what mine does. So prepping and planning is key. Get it done the day before. Get it logged, done, sent, and then it's done. And then you're good. You can just concentrate on sleeping. So enjoy that. And we'll jump in to number 4. All right, number 4. What are you watching? What are you doing to yourself before you sleep? Just let's look at this logically, reasonably, factually. What's going in to the mind before you go to sleep? Some people can watch TV, just go to sleep, wake up fine, everything's okay, dreams are all good, it's fine, you don't even need this video. So like, you know, you people, great. Comment down below what your tips are and share your amazing wisdom. For the people that can't sleep, think about what you're watching. My friend told me once at band practice, he came in all shocked and looked like he'd seen a ghost, and we were like, what's up with you? And he goes, oh, night terrors. And we were like, oh, they sound bad. I've never had night terrors. I've had like bad dreams, but I could see it in his eyes. He had night terrors. And so we broke it down and we said, well, what was happening? So he relayed the night, and it was him listening to death metal in the dark, playing killing games, you know, all that, listening to death metal in the dark, drinking Jack Daniels and Coke. You know, basically, it's a recipe for absolute disaster. So he had these night terrors, you know, you put two and two together. I reckon if we eliminate the death metal, the darkness and the killing, then maybe the dreams might not be so severe. So we joked about it anyway, but yeah, it really is down to what you're putting in your mind. Like, if you wake up and you're having crazy dreams, are you eating loads of cheese and watching watching loads of brutal stuff? Are you watching anxiety TV or really action-paced stuff? You know, and then you go to sleep, you go into bed and you think about it, your body is reacting to what you've just seen, your adrenaline is pumping, and we think we can just go into bed and switch it off, but then the body is alive and awake and thriving for more. You've basically hit the big red dopamine button. So we'll talk about that in another video, but you know, you're constantly craving for more. So think about what is going in here, what is going in here, and what is going in here, and really think about it, and really start to cut down, and maybe watch some nicer things, listen to some nicer things, or not listen to anything or watch anything at all. Just a thought. Tip number 5, Yin Yoga. Probably it's my favorite type of yoga. It's like the lazy person's yoga. You sit in these poses for like 3 to 5 minutes. It's incredibly boring for some people, but if you like meditation or relaxing, it's incredibly amazing. You hold these poses for 3 to 5 minutes and you get into what they call the fascia, which is really the beyond the muscle. It's this practice is great for people that work out and train. It's almost like the superpower to really healing and repairing. So if you're doing a lot of, you know, active work, a lot of yang, you know, doing and heavy stuff, or training, your body's, you know, really going through the motions. Yin is the opposite, and it relaxes and heals and restores. And you know, if you do a big kind of stretch like this, you're stretching and you hold that for a while, you stretch really deep all the way down the side, and you're getting in way deeper than you would if you just do a quick stretch here and there. It's amazing. Look it up. Yin Yoga, one of my favorites. It's a restorative, parasympathetic activating technique you can do. It's wonderful, and you know, if you can do an hour, it'll be mind-blowing for your sleep. Absolutely amazing. So let's see what the next tip has in store. All right, tip number 6. This is the big one: meditation. I love meditation. I teach meditation. I would do it all day long if I could, but there's, you know, life stuff needs to happen. It's perfect for after your Yin Yoga session or yoga. Yoga was really a prelude to meditation, so you relax the body enough so when you come into meditation, you've calmed the mind, you've calmed the body, then you can literally go beyond. And meditation for some is, you know, I've tried it, but I'm just thinking a lot, and I get it. I've been there too. You've just got to find the right teacher for you, the right technique. Try out different techniques and see which is best for you. It's amazing once you get the hang of it, and it's completely transformational. So many benefits I'm not even going to list here because I'll just go on and on and on and on. But it's restorative, it calms you, it's amazing for anxiety, depression. Again, I'm already starting, it's just going to go blah, 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 blah. So get your meditation on. There's a link below, and we can meditate, and we'll have fun. We'll meditate together and teach you a technique which will be life-changing and profoundly amazing for your sleep. And I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. I'm going to move on. Tip number 7, salt bath. That's it, just salt bath. When I moved out of my parents' house when I was younger, I returned once and they had got rid of the bath and made a shower instead, just like one of those showers. A shower, you know, not just a normal shower. I was devastated, and I still am. Who gets rid of a bath? Some people are into the baths. Oh, it's like lying in your own muck. Yeah, if you're mucky, get a shower, then get in the bath. Baths are amazing. If you have a bath, use your bath. Use it wisely. Don't put all those bubbles in. That's just full of crap. I did that for years. Was it Radox? Just bubbles, and well, I used to have a glass of wine and a smoke, but those were different times. Now I like to have Epsom salt. You can go on the internet. We buy a barrel of it, £15, amazing. Don't go to those health shops that rip you off. Go find a good local place or the internet that does a good deal for you. And it's full of magnesium. This relaxes the muscles. And this is just, you've got to soak in it for like 20 minutes. No extra stuff, just magnesium. Read a book, listen to something, or just tune out, do some breathing, maybe meditate or whatever. But choose that time to soak in salt. Soak in salt. Oh, no. 8. Give me a break. I'm not the best with numbers. Pause. Self-talk. Did you hear that? I'm not good with numbers. In the past, I was very dyslexic and I wasn't good with numbers, but now I'm trying my best. Tip number 8, confidence. Sleepy time tea. Oh yeah. There was a time when I used to drink all sorts of things before I went to bed and just pass out. Now I've leveled up. Now a double bag of sleepy time tea. Yeah, that's not 1, but 2 bags. You know, if I'm feeling just crazy. Double bag that stuff. Let it brew. And drink it. Herbal tea. There's other things like chamomile. Relax the body, relax the mind. You're getting the picture. It's the same sort of stuff, just different ways to do it. Here's a little prop for you. I got some sleep oil. I'll put maybe a link for that too. Sleepy time, tea, chamomile, sleep oil. Oh, another prop, a sleep mask. This one has got the eye holes cut out, so you can do a bit of that. You know, when you've got it on and you kind of want to still open your eyes, you're not like, you've got eye holes. It's a winner. Sleepy mask, sleepy tie, anything with sleepy in it basically is probably a good start. But yeah, drink that instead of drinking anything else and just see how it makes you feel. And double up if you just want to go absolutely crazy. All right, tip number 9 is get off the internet before you go to bed. Put your phone on airplane mode. The rays, the Bluetooth, if you're still crazy enough to use Bluetooth next to your head, frying you like an egg, turn that off. Get a book. Read. Reading makes me incredibly tired. That's why I generally listen to audiobooks, because I get through a few pages and I'm just drowsy. It's always done that, and that was a massive part of my struggles with learning, because I literally couldn't read because it just knocked me out. So now I use that to my advantage when I'm actually tired or I want to be tired. Get the book out. Let's knock me out. Let's read something stimulating or even boring. It doesn't matter. I'm here to do a job. Sleep. So get off the internet, dive into bed, turn off all the stuff, and just allow yourself to be in a world that doesn't have all these different things coming at you, buzzes and beeps and reminders and all the rest of it. Just shut that thing down. You don't need it. It's over. So enjoy unplugging. Unplug from the internet. Tip number 10, here's the big one. rewire your mind. It's as simple as it sounds. It really is though. If you decide you want to sleep, you need to tell yourself that that's what you want. Now, I'm not saying you need to sit there and go, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. You just need to have that conversation with yourself any way you can. When the world was up and running, I used to go to have a steam and sauna, and I'd use this steam room to think about music and all the things I wanted to do in music and stuff. And then I had the sauna to think about MindWave and all I wanted to do with teaching and creating things. And they were like two little portals that I'd go into and just think about that only, the present and the future and the past. And I'd reflect and I'd look and plan and just let my mind wander and do what it needed to do. And when it came to bedtime, you know, the actual sleep time, what we tend to do is, if we don't allow those times in our day to let our mind to unravel naturally and think about what it needs to think about and work out what it needs to work out, we use the sleep time, you know, the only moment that we actually get to just sort of switching off and actually, you know, away from the partner or the phones or everything, just to all the thoughts are just going. What's your song, by the way? All of that stuff, it just goes round and round and round if you allow it to. It's as simple as that. We don't get taught this stuff, so don't worry, not having a go. We don't know this stuff because it's so simple, we overlook it. Like, oh yeah, it's me that's allowing myself to think about all this stuff, so it's me that can also decide to change that. All you have to do is enforce a bit of discipline and decide that you are the boss. Remember, you are the boss of you. So if you're having trouble sleeping, is it possibly because you're thinking about loads of stuff in the past, in the future, your projects, your work, your relationship? I mean, it goes without saying, never go to sleep on an argument and unresolved issues, because it's just going to start going and going and going. So my big final tip is go to bed. And even if you just say it to yourself or just decide or have a symbol or something, you know, this could be your symbol just to remind yourself to go to sleep. Decide that you are here to do a job, which is sleep. There's no past. There's no future, just now. And put on your favorite sleeping song, get your mask on, get your oil, you've had your tea, you're not near the internet, start breathing, listen to MindWave Earth, which is really nice to sleep to. There's a sleep one coming later next year, but use that for now because it's really, really great. Breathe along. Do it. I'm doing a video, mate. So that's a perfect example. The car beeps, the mind goes, and then you come straight back to the breathing. So whatever happens, a beep, a noise, a bang next door, the thoughts come up in the mind and you get lost from the breath and you go to the mind, bring it back to the breath. That's what the breath's for when you use it like that. It's a tool. So dive into the breath, dive into telling yourself how it is, how it works, and tell me all about it in the comments below. Please do, I'd love to connect with you. It's been really nice connecting to all of you, having loads of conversations at the moment, speaking to lots of different people about lots of amazing things, and get in touch and have a really nice sleep. And in the next video, we're gonna have a guided meditation experience where we're gonna learn how to switch off all of the body parts, and that sounds weird, and sleep good. This one's been a bit scrappy. I'm not in my usual setting with the trees, so maybe it's more pressure without all the animals. But anyway, peace. I'll see you on the other side.